YouTube, I broke my fan. Isn't that horrible? The base finally fell off, so now I gotta go find, of course it's a really odd size of nut that used to fit on there. Now I gotta go find one. But this is actually a Nova update, and why is my light not on? 1 second. My awesome light I installed with string safety, and one bulb is out. It's a GE, I believe, but it's out. Yeah, it's a GE. It is out because it got cracked somehow. Why is now my goped's falling over? Everything wants to be in YouTube apparently today. Look at this. Why do you want to fall over? Oh, my tire's flat. Interesting. Okay. We'll see about that. Why is my tire flat? Hypercritical one, though, and if I'm saying your name wrong, please correct me. Death Water Keg had to correct me on his name, and I didn't take it offensively at all. I just had to. I would rather say it right than say it wrong. So if I'm saying your name wrong, Hypercritical one, let me know, and I think that's it. I'll check in the car. He wanted a video done of the carburetor. So when I'm pumping the throttle, the carburetor's butterflies moving back and forth. Unfortunately, I don't have a tripod. I'm attempting to make a tripod out of this guy. I want two things in my tripod. I want it to have a possible option for a scope, like a, ×8 or ×32 magnification rifle scope. I don't know where I would ever use that, but I saw one at Myrtle Beach at a gift shop. It was for an iPhone. It was a little, only 6-inch tall tripod. Had the iPod case, or iPhone, excuse me. You popped in it, it had a scope. It was called the Lens. And anyway, they wanted $50 for that. I found them for like $16 online. But the other thing that I want is I want something that they use in forensic science called a Steadicam. A Steadicam, and I don't have anything to demonstrate. Basically, you have a ball, and that ball has a housing around it, so the ball can spin freely in there. And at the top of the ball, you have your camera mount, so the threaded bolt that you screw the camera into. But at the bottom of the ball, there's a good, I would say at least a quarter of the ball on the bottom side is uncovered. And you have a rod coming out the bottom, and you have a weight. Now, if you think about what that's going to do, and why is my quick steel unopened? I swear someone's been in here. What that's going to do is it's going to make that rod and weight always point down towards the center of the earth, point of gravity, whatever you want to call it. That ball is going to face down. So what that allows you to do is it allows you to carry around and or have a tripod on something that's moving and the shot be relatively steady. The thing about it, though, the longer the arm, if you think about it, the better it's going to work because more leverage. If you have something, I don't know, something light, and it's right up against your chest and you're holding it right here, it's pretty easy to keep it up, but it's a little bit harder if you stretch it out. More leverage. So that's something to think about. I gotta make a camera mount for this. I think I'm gonna go hunting for a cheap iPod Touch 4G case, but I'm already spent 4 minutes talking about cameras, and this is a Nova update. We'll call it something, I don't know. So I opened up the Nova, and Death Water Keg sent me an awesome care package, and look what's in there. It's the first thing I've installed. Oh yeah, that's right, YouTube. I have an ashtray. My life is now complete. I mean, that bothered me to no ends that I had this big gaping hole that screamed, "Your car is not complete." And I'm actually going to probably get this thing worked on this weekend, finally. So I might hold off on installing these for just a little while. But I'll definitely install them. I need to get that tool. I don't know how much it is or what it's even called. And then he also gave me this little, and I should have brought him out, a little shifter piece. It's the indicator, shift indicator. Is that what it's called? That might be what it's called. And that ended up being broken, but I think yours and mine is different because mine can't have a very long one in the front. So yours might work. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. Let me shift. No, it does have to be pretty long because, yeah, and the car just rolled forward a bit. I probably should have put the emergency brake on. Yeah, good idea there. Mine's always shifted like that without the car being on. I've been told that's bad. I've been told that's so normal. I don't know. So I'll probably get a couple comments on that. Back to starting this thing though. So this is for you, Hypocritical One. You wanted to see one of the two you wanted to see in your list was, I have it in my pocket, 1 second. See, I've already spent 5 minutes rambling about nothing. Alright, you wanted to see slow continuous pumps with 8 to 12 primes, and let me shut this back door because I don't want the car to be, what do they call that? Ozzy called it something interesting the other day. Eagling? Being an eagle? So, you wanted to see slow continuous, that's number, might have been the one I did the other day and messed up. It's number 7. So basically, what I'm going to do is, for those of you that are not familiar with his list, is you're going to pump the pedal slowly and continuously, that's the name, and turn the key, and continue doing that until the car starts. This is basically a list for cars, older cars that have a hard time starting. When I first got this car, it was an older car that had a hard time starting, but it's okay now. It usually doesn't give me too hard of a time. But let's get on with it. So I've let the fuel pump some fuel up there, so we're gonna prime it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's kind of in the middle. Okay, so slow continuous pumps. Now I gotta remember to keep my shot on the foot because this is what he requested. Alright. Any second now. Ah. Well, it worked this time. Last time I flooded it, I believe. Yep, so it did work. I hope that's exactly what you wanted. If not, PM me again. Guess what? I will do it over again. I don't have too much going on. School starts in 2 weeks, but till that point, unless I'm on vacation, I can do things. Gosh, this car is hot. I kind of wanted to give you a shot of the engine bay again. I know that this is probably one of the most documented Novas, 88 Novas that is on YouTube, but why not? I haven't seen under the hood in this thing in a while. Sit right here. I'm going to hold the camera while I shut the hood. There we go. 88 Nova, not hypercritical, Deathwater Keg also sent me some headlights. Need to replace the light on this one. It actually burnt out. Oh, look at the spider webs. Pitiful. Now they're on my hand. That's even better. Please don't be a spider. He sent me one of these badges. When I get the car, eventually I hope to get the car repainted to factory. Because I have a friend in racing that owns a body shop. And he might repaint it for me eventually. He's wanting like 200, 300. I'll shop around, but we'll see how it goes eventually. But yeah, I gotta install some of this stuff. It's just little Nova. I need to get her running this weekend. Hopefully we can get it towed to Burlington, North Carolina. And it's right outside of Burlington. It's Toys Unlimited is the person I'm using. I don't know if I should say the owner's name, but anyway, it's Toys Unlimited. Look them up on Google. Great guy. He worked in the dealership and the factories and all walks of life when these cars were being made. There's bird dicky on my window. I gotta get that off. So he knows these cars inside, upside, inside out. And he'll do me right. I was sent by him through my auto shop teacher. But yeah. Not too much more to say here. So thank you both Hypercritical One and Deathwater Keg for the list and the parts. Much appreciated. Hopefully I can get this thing running and we can start doing driving videos as soon as I'm done with the driver's ed, because my parents, it's not that they're not fond of it, but they find YouTube odd. So the tripod will probably end up sitting right here, right there in front of my awesome new ashtray. And I think you are right. It might be a slightly different shade, but I can get that matched with some airplane model paint. Get this matched, but I can't tell, honestly. My eyes aren't that great. But yeah.